welcome home. Enjoy your time here. I hope you have fun.
Hello, and welcome back to part 3 of episode 22, A Whole New World.
No. Noise,
so that we don't have a copyright strike. So, as we were left off, the party were in a large open area with 4 golems, one of which had just stepped aside after having summoned a, quote, authority. Stepping through the gateway, you see a very, very large figure. Mm-hmm. Not bigger than the golems, but for a humanoid shape. They are very portly, quite tall, and they have a very strange head shape. Tusks, wide mouth, kind of head, and then a mouth that comes out below. It's kind of like a almost roll a history check.
That is a large number. That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. This is a GIF.
Oh, it's so
I was like, outside game, I'm like, yeah. Inside game, what the
Is that a hippopotamus?
You wouldn't know what one of those is.
Don't be
Why not?
racist.
My
lord.
where's Magnus going to have met
Have
him?
you no shame?
Well, when he went down to the plains, and of the.
What, with the rains?
With my history check, how did would I be able to ascertain how these GIF or GIF prefer to be referred to?
This one?
Yeah.
You have no idea.
No idea.
How am I spelling GIF?
That is a G-I-F-F.
I swear to God, if any of you call them a GIF again.
No, but it's in the law.
He'll be back in a jiffy.
It's in the law,
meant to say it
baby.
anyway.
There's race wars about this.
There's literally a race war. There is a civil war amongst these creatures about how to pronounce their race name.
That's cool.
And it's either GIF or GIF.
And I'm on the GIF side.
Okay.
See, ironically.
That's such a funny joke. It's amazing.
But Digby, basically that's what we're seeing.
I see it. Ronald's
Oh,
got a gold
yes.
braid on,
Yeah, do you want the
on
hilarity is
uniform.
outside of the game, proficient with firearms?
He is unarmed. And
There are
Is he wearing a long braid?
no, just it seems like kind of officials gear. It seems almost
Hello?
like kind of looks at you and goes, hello, welcome.
Your name's not Sharp, is it?
No.
Good.
Hello, sir.
Tavern bows.
Kind of bows his head. Welcome.
What
Thank
the
you.
hell are you?
We are.
Have you no tact, sir? I apologise.
I'm sorry,
Profusely.
what is this?
Did we elect these two to be leaders?
Let us do the talking.
Good day, sir. We are a merchant party come to broker trade, if at all possible, for the province of Dantanon, which is suffering a severe lack of food and leaving people very hungry. Who should we address?
I can guide you to the place in question. But my associate there on the council will, by all means, discuss such a matter.
Thank you. Before we go, can I just ask, sir, what language is most commonly spoken here?
We're a real melting pot. Welcome, I must say, important formalities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Dolrath.
Dolrath. D-O-L-R-A-T-H?
D-O-L-R-A-T-H.
Yeah.
would I recognise the name of this place? Wonderful.
It is a pleasure to once again have representatives of dental among us.
A pleasure.
We're very, very excited to meet new people and to potentially forge bonds that will help both populations.
He kind of
Populations.
Ah, I presume then the city is under new management. As you are unaware of the old deal.
Yeah, we're unaware of any deal, which is why we're here.
Well, the patrician sent forth his men and a navigator who would come and speak on the behalf of the city. And we had a deal.
Okay.
It was profitable for both of us. He stopped coming. I know not why.
I suspect that may be because the navigator sadly,
Snuffed it.
died. He died.
He was a young man. I knew him.
Yeah, I don't know the details. I don't know how this all came to pass, but I think that would probably be the reason why they stopped coming.
kind of
And without a navigator, they wouldn't have been able to notify you.
I mean, I think we've got his son with us.
The patrician is still, I suppose, managing Dentalon, to use your vernacular, but we have a navigator with us, but this is his first venture, and he's the son of the previous incumbent.
Ah, I see.
I presume you've gestured to Anna.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I knew your father well, boy. Shame he died so soon.
And the
Screaming in agony.
Elana kind of. Yes, of course, yes. Mighty shame. He doesn't seem convinced.
So,
Would you like me to make some introductions, or should we save that for the council?
we shall save time. Follow me. We shall adjourn to the council room.
Okay.
We can introduce ourselves properly.
He kind of waves his hand, and the golems start to deactivate and return to their passive positions.
At which point, Tavern will say, just before we leave, to avoid any unpleasantries or any unfortunate misspeaking, may I ask which side you are on?
Ah,
Any,
I see.
if you know what I mean.
His nostrils are flaring. He's like already quite angry.
Yeah.
Just because you've mentioned it.
Jiff Lemon.
He's kind of. It's almost like before he was composed, but now it's kind of like you've reminded him of an old wound.
Yes. I do apologise for distressing you.
No.
They're new here, you see. I don't want them to say the wrong thing and displease anyone.
Here, in Dolrath, we are a GIF city.
And rightly so.
I'm sorry. What's a GIF?
I
He
am a
is
GIF.
a GIF.
Okay.
Understood? Well,
So
GIF.
not GIF
Not
then.
His nostrils visibly like flare as you say it.
Allow me, and I'll go up to him just.
Thank you.
Whilst you're
dare you?
Whilst you're doing that, to be fair, he did go and introduce you as one of those to the rest of us. It's not his fault.
Kind of looks someone.
Unpleasantness, no, I would hate to cause problems in our relationship this way.
Right, please. Right.
After you then.
Yes, stopping you.
Kind of turns about. And gestures to follow. He leads you down this path into the audience chamber pathway. It seems to be that this doesn't lead out onto a street as such. It's almost that this has steps going down.
Is this the way that it came,
Yes.
or did it come from the market?
He came from this direction. And
Going down.
and we're going down a set of steps, and as you're coming into this seems to be like a wider open space. It's about the same size as the room we were in before, similar like shape, no portal visible here, and as you're stepping into it, there appear to be a circle of chairs surrounding the central space. There are 6 chairs.
Are they empty?
They are. There is no one visible in them. As he steps in, please into the circle.
Do we not get a seat?
No.
That's a bit rude.
Is this going to be like a battle?
Come now. Let's stand in the circle. We want to be rude.
I mean,
So each of the 6 chairs that's visible is different. They are very plain, but there is one that is wider and shorter, one that is very narrow but very tall, kind of things like that. Different designs.
I don't know about you, but if you two are the ones doing the talking for us, maybe it's best if the rest of us wait outside the circle. I don't feel comfortable being surrounded by people that we don't know if they're friend or foe.
And they called me a coward. Anyway,
He looks
It's
at you and goes,
called perfectly acceptable. Your spokesperson should be amongst the middle. It's. You would understand if you came to Dantalon and we turned around and said, "Hey, go in this area and surround yourself with strangers." You might. It's
Understandably a dangerous place to put yourself. Understand.
So,
Please. By all means.
and
Sir, when we spoke earlier, you didn't say what's the commonly spoken language here.
A real melting pot. There's a reason there are 3 different signs in that room.
I see.
Many, many different languages.
Okay.
but before would it be okay if the rest of us maybe position ourselves at adjacent things around this room?
So we're now surrounding.
By the entrance, if you are not within the circle.
Fair enough. That is also fair.
at which point, presumably the 2 of you step into the middle.
yeah,
Well, if you want, I can step with you guys.
I'm happy to stay in the middle as well.
by all means. All those with hearts of steel. Step to the centre of the
Dusk
circle.
walks past, I'm just going to kind of try and whisper like,
Fair
I'll
enough.
stay here and just keep you covered in case things go south. Might be worth Magnus staying with me.
I've just wandered straight in. He said those are with heart of steel.
So, the GIF
Fair enough.
kind
I'm
of
just going to kind of lean and just stay and keep I'm keeping a watch eye. Anything goes south, straight.
So the GIF steps up onto it's like a step above, and then sits in the low and wide chair. When he sits, he kind of waves his hand and seems to be almost creating an arcane sigil, and then twists it with his hand. At which point, flickering images start appearing in the chairs, until all 6 are filled, beyond himself. And he says,
Council members, we have the emissaries of Dantalon amongst us.
Tavern about.
Emissaries of Dantalon, we are the Council of Dolrath.
If you're going to come to this, tell me to go away. Are they all GIF?
I am going to go.
Cool. I'll shut up.
Okay, going around the circle, there appears to be a dwarf, but he has different. He's not a dwarf how you know them. He appears to be almost a construct. He's got like glowing embers for eyes and almost stone skin, it looks like. He's got gems embedded all across him, and he's wearing like a toga style like sash that has like gold like roping and things like that to hold it together. He speaks, so the GIF speaks to introduce.
Ah, council member.
My brain skipped a beat there, and I was about to say his race. No.
Sunforge.
Pleased to meet you, Councillor Sunforge. My name is Dusk, and I am the spokesperson elected by my peers.
He has his arms crossed and kind of just nods. Very, very stern. Doesn't speak. Next around is, you can't quite place what they are. They're almost between halfway between some kind of frog or lizard and an elf. They're almost unplaceable. They're very strange. You've never seen them before. You, they are a gift.
Wonderful.
A what?
They're sort of like an amphibian-esque elf.
Okay.
They are a gift.
Gif.
Yeah.
Okay.
TH. I bow.
You'd shit yourself.
Does the
Yeah.
person have a name?
What is that?
They are wearing a kind of fine armour.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's silver.
Mm-hmm.
And the the GIF, double F, kind of
Council member. Jolan.
Jolan. Council Member Jolan, my name is Dusk, as I've already said, and I am the spokesperson for the party.
There's no need to introduce yourself. I can all hear.
Do it again.
The GIF in question kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to our city.
Does she
You're
give a
very
dirty look?
kind.
Does she give a dirty look to Tavrion?
He gives a kind of wide, just a kind of sweeping gaze amongst you. Kind of seems passive.
Glancing around at all these people as they're all being introduced, do any of them look at mainly the three of us in the floor, but any of us in total with anything other than, oh, it's another person?
We'll get to that. We'll come on.
Oh no, would I be allowed for this? Keeping an eye on myself, just say passive perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'd be a 14. Just
No one in particular seems a threat. Bearing in mind that the only one actually in this room is the GIF.
Mm-hmm.
that I can obviously see all
As you're moving around the table, the next appears to be an astral elf.
Mm.
Do I recognise them?
Roll a history check.
Imagine that's a low roll, maybe. What is my history? 7.
If we're about to get into shit because you owe someone some money.
No. The astral elf in question is wearing like a circlet of like flowers almost.
Mm-hmm.
They're not quite flowers. It seems to be just plants.
Mm-hmm.
That some of them are budding and some of them aren't.
Typical elf tree hugging hippie.
And they're wearing kind of like brown leathers. And the GIF introduces them.
Councilwoman. Akia.
B-H-A-K-I-R.
Oh, I had that the other way around.
I love the way that you wait till everybody stopped writing before you then pronounce it.
Yes.
Spell it out.
I'll just say hello. Very pleased to meet you, lady.
She kind of bows, and when she bows, you can see inside the crown there is a little bird.
Oh. Bald would have been so much more fun.
Instantly angry. He's like, why are you keeping birds?
How many eyes are on the bird?
14. It's about this big. It's all eye.
Does Rook go running over going, birdie?
No.
Mum? Daddy?
So that was the 4th. So,
Yeah, including.
he hasn't introduced himself.
Yeah.
He will introduce himself last. So, next round is what appears to be a sort of amorphous humanoid shape. Doesn't seem to have a face. Doesn't seem to have distinct fingers. And it's not wearing any clothes.
Okay.
It doesn't have visible genitals, if that's what you're wondering.
Arcana check.
If you like.
That's not bad. There's going to be a 15.
I think you broke the sound barrier with that.
15, you're not quite sure what they're called, but it appears to be some kind of ooze. And,
It'll whisper to Dusk. I've never seen one take that shape before.
at which point the GIF kind of looks and just hears you.
Plasmoids, quite rare. We are lucky to be blessed by the presence of the mighty.
If his name is something like Splat.
I don't know what you mean.
Magnus is maybe going to have an issue with this one because it's called the Mighty something.
Is it something onomatopoeic? Have I killed your vibe?
No, it was more the fact.
It's really simple.
It was the fact the first thing is what he said was he was like the mighty, and I was just like Jenny.
No, it's going to be the mighty Bob.
The mighty Bob.
It was going to be the mighty Splat, or something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what I had written down, but no, that's his name now.
Mighty
No. Thanks, Harry in the booth.
It's canon.
Careful how you put this.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I like that idea, but I think I'm just going to go with something that is
Oz.
Huh?
Just call it Oz.
Yeah, the mighty Oz. That's his name.
Just call him
The mighty Oz.
Oz. So great.
I wonder
So
if it's
powerful.
short for osmosis.
No, it's Ozyman. D something.
Ozymandias.
Yes, that's what it is. And you kind of hear a.
I stuttered there because I thought, is that a copyrighted name?
Ozymandias. Absolutely not.
No.
I wasn't sure where I was going from.
Poem.
Yeah.
Ozymandias, the mighty Oz.
Yeah.
Blessings be upon her.
And you.
with a special reference. Carry on takes especially deep in the presence
And I'm
of
going
the
to say.
And random moments you just go.
Personally,
When I say that because ironically I watched Phantom Menace last night, it's just giving me the Gungan King vibe. The Brian Blessed. Sorry.
And I'm going to say merry meet.
Can we have... So, the 6th chair has a creature that's somewhat familiar to you. Sadly. It appears to be a mind flayer.
Dun dun dun.
Hang on, there's a gift and a mind flayer working together.
The mind flayer is not quite, as you look closely at it, it's not actually organic. It appears to be a construct.
Don't go.
Malcador's
distracted.
It appears to be mechanical in nature. It's got gears, almost visible. It's not physically there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just staring at it.
Why would someone construct with those little tentacles?
So yeah, it has 4 tentacles that seem to be like articulated and like they're mechanical.
I suppose you could type better.
And the gift councilman looks and finally, the second to last, but not definitely not least. Councilman Phoenix.
So what's that Phoenix?
See, look, they're all waiting for you to spell it now.
F or PH?
F.
F-E-
Of course.
N-I-X.
It wasn't going to be normal.
So say it again.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
With an F. F-E.
I think I'm going to say it with an F. P-H-O-E-N-E-F.
Like a bastard for it, but...
It's not Phoenix, it's Phoenix.
And kind of goes... He kind of nods and you hear a voice in your minds.
Mm-hmm.
You included. Welcome. I am Phoenix.
Thank you for your welcome.
About
Not sure I like that.
Intriguing to meet you.
trepidatious bow.
At which point he says, and I. No, that was very silly. I was about to call him a very flippant name, not the one I had written down.
Sally.
I was very tempted to do something very silly.
I can't think of any pop culture episodes.
I'll tell you after.
Boris.
Oh! He said Harry for the big
Moto. No, it's not Moto.
My name is Gloria.
I think Moto.
Pridbor.
Pitbull.
Pridbor.
Is the one if we said treble, like what the mint?
Is that Bore, B-O-R-E? Or is that Bore as in Bore, B-O-O? R or B-O-A-R?
That's Z-E-N.
P-R-I-D-B-O-R.
Oh, no E.
No E.
No E.
Pridbor.
But they call me the Brigadier.
I like this man.
I knew you would.
Immediately.
Once all of them introduced themselves, he said, pleasure,
no.
Tavrion says, a pleasure to meet all of your acquaintance. I am Tavrion. Wonderful. Oh no.
Can I...
The astral elf
Yeah.
on the council
Oh no.
kind of looks down at you. Tavrion. Yes.
Can I make it clear when we've stood there that I'm kind of going to be over with Dusk and we're probably going to be stood a little distance from him?
Oh no. Laser blasted.
Kind of making it clear we're kind of fractures.
Mm.
We're with him but not necessarily
We're here to
with
negotiate,
him.
but deliberately displaying a disunited front. Let's see how this goes
Yeah,
for
it's
us.
going really well.
We didn't bring him by choice.
I'm going to get ready to say, and we're not with him.
No, don't say it. Diplomacy.
Surname.
Oh, I don't actually have a surname written down.
Yeah, never did.
I never thought of one. We never rolled for that.
So we
Roll for
Tavrion
surname.
two.
Wait,
Roll for
pick
surname.
one.
Do I still have the list?
No, I'll get a list. Roll for surname.
Roll for surname.
Tavrion Len.
We're discovering a thing about a character
getting the
that should have been written down.
Give me a second.
Get the baby names out.
If it turns out that you're like the reason you're a massive space racist is because you're effectively this universe's version of someone like Hitler, I'm gonna be so angry with you. We've gone to the astral plane with Goebbels.
Space
Oh no.
Tavron's actually his
It's going to be Tavrion Himmler.
Tavrion Himmler.
Fucking hell.
Roll a D100.
Enough.
Quick roll a D100.
Enough.
I've got a list here. Go.
Alright, apparently we've got a list.
D100.
D100.
I've got a D20 list.
Alright, I'm rolling a D20.
Tavrion Bomb.
10.
10. Astral Wind.
Astral Wind.
Tavrion Astral Wind.
What about those astral frogs?
Why don't we slightly edit that?
Astral beans.
Astral Wind. There we go.
Vind with a V.
It's pronounced with a V. Astral Wind.
We have ways of giving you wind.
Wait, are you telling me not only did you roll the racist space elf, but you've decided to make him slightly German?
This is history. Astral Wind. You know, various conquerors and.
It was at this point that anybody from Germany unsubscribed.
Please resubscribe.
Right.
Lessons in diplomacy.
You do realise as well, it's like the bit whenever, now that you've said that, whenever it comes to you rolling some sort of, concentration check.
Oh God, let's move on.
We're digging up.
DM go.
Tavrion.
I can't believe this is where we are.
Tavrion Astral Wind. There we
Okay.
go.
And
It's on the character sheet now.
looks down at you.
Should not have eaten the
Tavrion Astral.
Yes.
He's got it.
Can I do an insight check on it to see how
Yeah, I do an exact
By all means.
same thing.
how much disdain there is?
What check can I?
It's also
I don't really notice anything.
Well, that was
Okay, I've got a number.
21.
Too far away.
20.
In the chat, we've had a petition to shorten it to Aswin.
I definitely am here for that.
I'm definitely down.
Seconded.
Yeah.
Tavrion Aswin.
It's already on the sheet as Astral Wind. It's too late.
Cross out some letters.
Doesn't mean we have to call it that.
Yours is a digital sheet. You can just rub it out.
Can't do that.
Come on, Aswin, do it.
Right.
Locked in.
Right.
Anyway.
Results on the inside.
15.
21.
7.
9.
Say 20.
18.
Okay. 15 or more. You are distinctly aware that she seems to be in a dual state of mind. Awe and horror.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Awe and horror.
One.
That's an interesting
With that-
emotions that Malgador's not picked up on.
With that, with Dusk and I to the side slightly, I'm just going to kind of look at her, look at him, look at her, then back him. Is there something you ain't told us about your history?
Not that I can think of.
Are you sure?
How old is Tavrion?
That's a good question.
Did you not roll
did you
for age?
that? Did I write down an age? He's like, because obviously,
I mean, age is a number.
time and ridiculousness. He'd be like in his effectively his early 20s. So that would be like his.
80s?
They'd live up to 900 in a regular lifespan. So
Yeah, so
like
80 to 100?
Yeah.
like
210.
200 and something.
Yeah.
Around 200.
Okay. Kind of looks
Shall we say 200?
69.
13.
13. Sounds
Yeah, I thought they were going to go 30.
So, with
Because
that,
you count
With
that 3.
she kind of looks down at you and goes, your father. What was his name?
Get the D20
I know this.
Wait, I've got
Mr. Arswin.
We used originally.
Have you actually? Oh my god, yes.
Wait, are you telling me we could have, what is it, Astral Wind?
We could have Harry Astral. We've actually got it.
Yeah.
No way! Right, I'm
the
rolling
table.
it.
We got a roll on the name table.
Oh, it's a 17.
Is that Tavrios?
17. Alien.
Alien.
Alien and Astral.
That's a good name.
That is a good name.
With an E, not an A.
Yeah.
Alien.
No, but Alien Arsewind.
My father, the great Alien Astral.
You're about to say Aswin or
There'll be only one great.
The kind of. She looks at you. He led an enclave of astral elves into the void, into the darkness, and we thought you all died.
No, we're alright.
This is when he goes, nobody expects the Arsewind.
I like the idea that you pulled out like a decanter as well.
We got better.
We're a little bit darker in complexion now, I suppose, compared to yourself.
Looks down.
Have you been in the void, Tavrion?
It is
Have you seen inside?
darker there, yes. Certainly. Just
Wow.
less light. Still stars.
How long were you there?
That's an excellent question.
20 years.
So kind of looks. You must visit me. I must ask many questions.
Wonderful, yes. I would love an audience.
At this point, the gift says,
Now, please, we can arrange this later. A
Father!
trade deal is the intended.
Indeed, yes, it is.
Allow us to provide you hospitality. I believe it is within the council's interest for good trade to be re-established.
Was the deal good last time?
It was profitable.
And what were the time constraints on that deal? And who was it exactly with?
And what were the terms?
Because I'm just wondering, is that deal actually still holding?
Come now, let's not be rude.
This is abject rudeness.
Fresh
We've been
negotiation.
offered hospitality. We don't start the discussions and the negotiations now. We accept your generous hospitality.
I apologise.
And then we'll discuss the terms.
I apologise,
And then-
I am not used to discussing
No,
things. I normally just take
diplomacy
action.
Diplomacy is not.
Yeah, diplomacy
Yeah.
normally isn't in my line of work.
So thank
What's
you.
diplomacy? It's a
Thank
form
you.
of magic that I don't know about.
so as that goes off,
Diplomacy, not mancy.
as the magic goes off, for context for people who haven't seen it before, Malkador is only able to cast one spell normally, and that is by saying the word magic, at which point an enormous flashbang goes off.
Sorry,
Um,
I forgot the word. I won't say it again.
At which point the GIF,
Brigadier.
the Brigadier, stands up and in a few seconds, almost instantly, like despite his large and portly frame, is at you and the light is being absorbed into his hand. At which point, once it's there, he kind of just quenches it.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
There's no need for magic here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a condition where if I say the M word, it sort of spills out of me. It's a nervous tick.
I was
What
going to
M word?
say it's like a tick.
He's got
Yes,
premature
the
imagination.
M word.
Kind of looks at you and goes,
Mushroom.
If you'd like, we can investigate that. I am quite proficient with the arcane arts. See if we can sort that
You
out.
could finally have a better teacher than
That might
And I'll look over
not
at
be a bad
Ian.
idea, yes.
Just so you guys know, the poll that I put on has ended. It was 100%, 6 votes to 0. Cabrion's surname should be changed to Aslind.
The people have spoken.
That's unfortunate.
Hey, look, if you don't have to abide by the poll, neither do I.
This is true.
Wait.
I don't have to.
For people watching, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If anyone subscribes before the end of the stream,
We might.
do you agree to change your name?
No.
Okay, hang on.
No.
But subscribe anyway.
If we get one more subscriber before the end, we promise we will beat him senseless until he changes it.
I don't think we're allowed to extort the subscribers like
Are we not?
And,
Okay.
and to be perfectly
Or
frank,
advocate for
this
violence.
is how it's going to He's never going to accept that that's his name now.
But it is.
But we are always going to call him
That's
that,
insane.
whether you
So-
subscribe or not.
So.
She's
Oh no.
Did we get a subscription?
Crusade.
Do it.
Thank you for your generosity.
Do it.
11
Thank Ambrion as
11. We had 11 gifts. Come on, do it.
Thank you.
Do it. Yes, do it.
Come
You
on.
guys can
You have
refer to
begged.
me however you
Lawson, outside of game, you have begged for people to subscribe for weeks. The one time it's happened live on stream. Do it.
Why do you hate me? Why do you hate
Do it.
Right.
Do it, scumbag.
Do it. If you do it,
your world.
Lawson, if you do it, the next time the poll tells us to do something, Isaac is going to have to do it.
I'll put it on the sheet in brackets.
With the exception of if the poll is about killing Rook, because
Yes.
he isn't doing that.
No, I think that we should have a poll about killing Rook.
Harry's gone upstairs, so that's not an
It's
option.
okay though, because we had a poll about killing Rook, and the poll
poll was-
unanimously decided Rook can't die. So thank you very much for this.
Thank you very much.
Thank
That was very
you.
funny.
Thanks, Atomic. Coming through as per usual.
It won't let me write it. I keep accidentally erasing it as I go.
I believe you.
Got it a little teeny.
So we are going to accept your hospitality, Brigadier.
I look
And
forward
we
to
will-
learning about this diplomacy.
Do you have
we-
any milk?
And we will address the issues at hand in the morning.
Yes. Sensible. Good night's rest. You're welcome to acclimate yourself to the city, explore as you choose. We can strike a bargain come the morning.
Excellent. We
Quite.
would appreciate someone perhaps to guide us,
Oh, a guide. Yes.
given language difficulties,
Ah, well.
etc.
I have a mechanical question for me, and this is Malcador asking this, not me. Considering we're now diplomats, do we have immunity in any way?
Any harm that comes to you in the city will be dealt with swiftly. They will be consigned to the fighting pits.
Good. Yes, thank you very much. I look forward to practicing this diplomacy.
Fighting pits, you say?
Yeah, there's an essence of Rome about this place.
How often do these fights take place?
Near constantly. It's the prime source of entertainment in the city.
I know how we can kill some time.
We'll
How-
check it out tonight.
And how barbaric are these fighting pits, if I might ask?
No one's died in perhaps 3 weeks. Which is quite good going.
I can fix that.
Does sound fun.
Just out of curiosity, take out a gold. Does this gold still work here?
Takes it. With one of his very large hippo teeth. It's now just flat.
It's gold, so yes.
Oh, so it's just the gold, it doesn't matter what's in
The gold value, it won't be the stamping.
Okay.
So it won't work as currency as such, but you could barter it as gold value.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Sorry, yes. he kind of.
Oh, sorry.
You could frisbee it back.
It's still, it's still worth something.
Slightly slow.
Magnus is desperately wanting to ask, but dare not actually say. And what's the punishment for theft?
No, let's not go there.
But I'm kind of thinking it's. I think I know the answer.
It's a question for tomorrow.
Fed to the manticores.
The fighting
no,
pits is
next
probably
Tuesday.
98% of this judicial code.
Exactly.
Where it's not just death, it's death by fighting
I believe
pits.
that's called the buy-in.
Thin ice. The Brigadier appears to be the chief source of law in the city.
I thought you were going to say entertainment.
He is. He seems to be a lawmaker.
Shall we?
Please, I shall summon your guide.
Thank you.
At which point he kind of
Thank you for attending, council members. Please be about your business.
and
Well met.
kind of stands, and then the chairs kind of flicker and fade. They're now just empty. And
Please, await here. One of my servants will be along shortly.
Thank you.
he kind of bows.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Yes, it is.
At which point he kind of starts. He flickers briefly and then disappears.
There he goes.
We still don't know if we can trust this lot.
After about a minute or two,
Just because I'm saying the right things doesn't mean I trust them either.
Dusk.
This is diplomacy.
Diplomacy, yes.
So, Dusk, what I was trying to get at with them, though, and I apologise for not knowing the rules of diplomacy, but
next episode is going to be called Diplomacy in Action.
it's just kind of like, if there was a deal in place, and the deal was only broken because
We
the
didn't
person
turn
that could
up.
actually open the gateway snuffed it. Sorry, Ian. But is there any reason why the deal can't just continue as is?
And these are questions for
Because
tomorrow.
we've not been asked to make sure you get a good deal on this or get a good deal on
No,
that.
no,
So
no.
I'm just thinking, in it easier for all of us if we just say, yeah, same deal, cheers, bye.
I'm a little bit concerned.
Negotiation and establishing what the deal was in the first place.
Yeah, part of me kind of thinks it would have been sensible to
Item-
find that out
no.
before we came here.
Item 1 on the agenda for the business meeting tomorrow.
Given
They are.
Yep.
The council members were all outgoing, so there
Yeah,
was
yeah,
no
no, I just
business
think
to be
it-
done.
It
today.
kind of would have made more sense if Sam had sent us here with what the agreement was originally. Because
Sam doesn't.
we might go back thinking, we've got an excellent deal, and they look at it and go, that's crap compared to what we had.
Sam
I
doesn't know.
might-
Yeah, it wasn't Sam, it was
And the
Patricia.
thing is, any deal
But
right
they're
now.
talking to each other now.
Now,
So we could have found out what it was before we made it.
if I might just butt in,
Do.
the patrician sees people as a disposable resource, yes? There's not a lot of fighting pits. I can very much foresee the deal being, give us some of your expendable population and we'll give you some food. Now, we're okay with that.
I see no problem with that.
As long as they're criminals that aren't us.
I was going to say.
So, Magnus.
Thin
Magnus.
ice.
Magnus, you don't want to go back.
Ice.
To be
You see,
fair, I think I did pretty well in there anyway.
Diplomacy. Remember?
Yeah, what is it?
It's about not saying the wrong thing.
So,
Personally, I think that
after
Is this like the art
after
of the deal?
Whilst you're saying this, a construct, robotic-looking creature, appears to be about the size of a gnome. It is an auto-gnome.
Autonomic.
Yeah, kind of just toddles in.
It's going to be a gnome at all.
Default.
And you don't get to say that. He does, but you don't.
We're so close to the end, I don't care.
Yeah, and we're going to have a long rest anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Kind of looks at me. Hello, I am here to guide you to your quarters.
Thank you. That would be fantastic.
It sounds like Rook.
When we get to the quarters, do you mind if I examine you and see how you're made and everything?
This is a person.
It's an auto gnome. It's a construct. I'm excited.
But you have to
soul.
respect
At
it.
least take it out for dinner, man.
This thing has feelings. and a
It kind of looks at
soul.
you and goes, no, thank you.
Excuse me.
Definitely not.
You
Could you just give
slimy
me
bastard.
brief directions as to where we're staying? I fancy taking a quick look around some of the different areas and making my way there later. If possible.
The councilman expressed you were to be guided to your quarters.
I'm sorry. I wasn't under the impression you were sent in. I'm very, very sorry.
I mean, you can guide me by giving me directions. I was going to go and have a look at the fighting pits that he mentioned.
Yeah,
and see
I
what
felt
they were
that.
like.
Yeah, once we get to where our quarters are, would it be permitted, once we have eaten and rested slightly, freshened up, that we could potentially go and view one of these fights, just so that we know what your culture does?
Yes, I was instructed to guide you. That is all.
Excellent.
So he's
And I
our
apologise for Malcador, who has already asked to see you naked.
I thought it wasn't sentient. It would be fine. But if it is sentient, then I'm sorry.
And I don't believe calling you it is.
You
Yeah, what's
sentient.
your
Sorry,
name?
my apologies.
I believe it's they.
We are going to end the session there. We'll come back in.
You're not going to tell us what the little gnome is called?
He's called Diplomancy.
No.
It's Dippy.
No, we're going to end the session there. Thank you very much.
Called
You,
Nomeo.
the gnome will still be around next session.
Leaving us hanging.
We are already 2 minutes over.
Oh God, no, not
Whatever
2
we'll
minutes.
do, I know.
Ah.
But we must
Way past my
come,
bedtime.
come to a conclusion.
Yes,
Um,
but at least an hour and 2 minutes.
I will happily see everybody next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Please follow
And
if you're not
tomorrow.
already following the channel, or please also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You can also gift, as Mr. Atomic Crusade very, very kindly did.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are, yes, we'll be back again next Tuesday. I'm also at Comic Con presenting a panel this Friday, so if you are coming to Comic Con, 4 o'clock at the Haunted House stage.
And you will be mentioning us.
And I will mention this.
And
We're also,
come back
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Creeping Aberration.
Episode The Tree. Right?
Episode 2.
The two episodes.
It's not
I didn't say
episode 2.
I didn't even say an episode, I just said the Creeping Aberration.
Yeah, I'm totally lost. I don't remember last.
But for some reason he's decided it's called The Tree.
Okay.
Right.
Had you finished
Yes.
what you were saying?
We can now go.
Is he sniffing
Thank you
news?
very much for
We're
joining
about
us.
to raid, so we're
Goodbye.
taking you all with us anyway.
Yeah,
See you
you're coming
next
with us.
Tuesday.
Love you.
Let's see where we end up.
Raid.
Thank you, Harry.
Raid.
Mark, please don't bang the table.
Yes. And Malcador, not the auto gnome.
Dearly me.
We're gone.
We out.
Well, that was all right, wasn't it? I'm glad you came by, but you can always stay longer if you like.